Hi Aries, this is your how is your pet feeling this week reading. We'll pull some cards for how your pet feels about you and then how your pet is feeling like in their internal world and their life. And then I'm going to pull some cards to find out how y'all know each other from a past life. So that'll be interesting. But before that happens, I'm Queer Astrology Tarot, and I am not a licensed medical professional of any sort for humans or animals. So always consult your veterinarian and or any other licensed medical or clinical professional that you need. With that said, Aries, this week your pet feels about you. Oh, your pet really loves you this week. And they really see you as like this great provider, and they see you as, are you having a balanced week, Aries? Do you feel balanced? It's, I'm recording this the day after Christmas. So, did you have like a good holiday? Did you go somewhere new? But yeah, so you've got the sun. So your pet is feeling like, the sun with the Knight of Pentacles. Like they're just like really, you're doing well for them. You're providing for them. You're, at least materially, you're providing for them. And so this is interesting because the justice in this card or in this deck is the most unique justice I've ever seen. It's a cat biting the hand that feeds it. And so I'm going to interpret this as your cat maybe wanting to be like a little bit more in control, because like justice, is also like a judge decides, what the justice is for the situation. And so, yeah, your pet is feeling really good about you, but they do want you to give them more control. They want to change the way the household works. And they want to have like new experiences together. So maybe that means like you're getting a new toy, or you're just like interacting with them differently. You're learning more about your pet's body language so you communicate with them differently. Maybe you're teaching your pet how to talk with buttons. I tried to do that with my cat and she would not use the buttons, but I did successfully teach some like words to her so she can communicate, as like I just have to watch her body language. So maybe something like that, but there's some sort of like beginning of a adventure that you and your cat are going to be going on, but they feel really good about you, and they just want some more control in their world right now. Yeah, and with the sun, even though they want control in their world, you could have a cat that likes to lay in the sun a lot too. But Aries, this might be pointing to your cat is, might be or your pet, I should say, might be pointing to sometimes Aries needs a little balance, needs to slow down a bit, needs to like think things through a little bit more. So maybe your pet is advising that to you. All right, Aries, let's find out how your pet is feeling themselves this week. Whoops. So we've got the 8 of Pentacles. We've got the King of Wands. Ooh, and we've got the King of Swords. And we've got the 6 of Wands. And the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So in this deck, this is like a cat tarot deck I just got gifted. But the cat, so all the pentacles in this deck are represented by food. So the cat is eating, or like, has in this 8 of Pentacles, has this plate in front of them. And they're just kind of like assessing and thinking and, making plans. And so your cat right now, maybe inside they're feeling like something in your relationship might be a little bit out of touch, or maybe you're not understanding them in some way. And, you know, and I say understanding because King of Swords is, you know, communication, and King of Wands is, you know, just getting it done. So there's something that they really want to communicate with you, that they feel like they've been making attempts, but you're not getting it. Another reason I say that is because this is the Six of Wands. In this deck, wands are represented by toys, which is adorable. And so, you know, the Six of Wands is normally the person on the horse and the wands around them, and they're just like showing off to the town. So, you know, your cat is like trying to tell you something. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles here. And so, yeah, it's, you know, just more work and focus. So pay attention to like their body language or other ways that you and your pet might communicate. But there's something that you're missing. There's something that they want you to see. And I don't know if it's like, you know, I think that it's not something that's like emergent. I wouldn't say like a health issue, but again, I'm not a vet. So if you think your pet might be sick, take them to the vet. But I think there's just something that they're really feeling. It's a bit minor, maybe. Let's get some clarification on that. And then we're going to pull some past life cards. Actually, let's do the past life cards first. Okay. How does Aries know their pet from their past lives? And, you know, if you have multiple pets, just like take this information for, you know, just trust your gut, like whatever pet it applies to, then just, you know, go with that. Okay. How does Aries pet know them from a past life? Spouse and mother. Okay. So yeah, if you feel like your pet, if you feel really connected to them, it's very possible that they're like from your soul family. So mother also. So I'll talk a little bit about what I mean by that. So my personal spiritual belief is that we come around many times, that these like physical bodies that we have, these, you know, are temporary for this life, but our spirit comes back into bodies, and we come for purposes. We come to learn or to help or something, but we come in for a reason. And so throughout those many, many lifetimes that we all go through, our spirits go through, there are other spirits that we move through with, and those relationships can be difficult sometimes. So, you know, there's that idea of like a twin flame, which I don't subscribe to, but you know, that connection, that like very deep spiritual connection of like knowing each other over many lives. And so there's a lot of people that you're going to meet in your world, people, animals, plants, even like the energy of a place having like past life connection to that. So in your life, your lives, your pet is a part of your soul family, you know? So maybe they were your spouse at one time, maybe they weren't. You know, maybe like they were, you know, they came in with a spouse or something. They weren't your pet originally or whatever. And you know, the mother were children. So obviously there's this like familial connection between you, like a biological familial connection, because there are so many people you meet in this life and these bodies that are your family, that you are very deeply spiritually connected to, but you're not biologically related. And sometimes those relationships fizzle out really fast. And sometimes when we work hard at them, because we are humans, so it takes a lot of work to cultivate a relationship, but those can stick around in the same way that biological family can. All right. A little more information on how Aries and their pet know each other. The Chariot. So I think that this is just saying, y'all, like, the seven, the Chariot is the seven, and then we also have the Seven of Pentacles. So a lot of seven. Seven is, y'all, I like made sure I, before I started this, I shuffled these. But you have the Seven of Swords also. And the Seven of Swords in some decks is like, you know, this like fighting, but it's also like strategy. And, you know, I feel like it has a very like Capricorn energy of just like cutting away the things that need to be cut away so that you can like get to the goal. So seven is also, it's a sacred number. For some folks, like there are various deities that seven represents. So Santa Muerte for me. Seven is also in many, many spiritual traditions. Seven is seven angels, seven, all sorts of seven things. Seven gods or goddesses. So what this is telling me is that y'all, your spiritual connection over these many lives with your pet, it is an important one. It is one that is grounded in the heavens, you know? And so even if that pet is not with you anymore, or they are about to transition out of these bodies, like they're totally still there. This is this animal or this spirit that is in an animal body this time is, you know, that's your family, that's your people, that's your, you know, many lives connection. Anyways, Aries, have a lovely day. Make sure your pet has water, and make sure you have a lot of water, because when we're hydrated, it's easier for our energies just to like move around in our bodies, so we have less like stagnancy.